Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about jazz soloing, and I want to give you some a tip. If I were going to do a bunch of lessons on jazz soloing, this would not be lesson one. This would be more like lesson 51. What I'd like to do is just kind of give you a tool that you can use to practice through a song, and the song we're going to use is "All the Things You Are" by Jerome Kern. And I chose it. We're just going to do the first 8 bars of the song. I chose it because it changes keys in the middle of the progression, in the middle of the phrase. It starts out in A flat major and it goes to C major, and so the chord progression is F minor 7, which is the 6th of the key of A flat. Then it goes to B flat minor 7, which is the 2 chord. It goes to E flat 7, which is the 5 chord. It goes to A flat major 7, which is the 1 chord, and it goes to D flat major 7, which is the 4 chord. And then after 5 bars, it changes to G7, which is the 5 chord in the key of C, and that's the key that it changes to. And then it's 2 bars of C, so it adds up to 8 bars total. 5 bars in the key of A flat, and 3 bars in the key of C. So here's the tune. Okay, and so the way we can approach this is we can think we're in the key of A flat for 5 bars, and then to the key of C for 3 bars, and that might be one way to look at it. And so what I want to do is I want to go over an A flat major scale, and we're gonna go from A flat here at the 4th fret of the 6th string. A flat, 6th fret is B flat, then C, next string is 3rd fret, okay, then D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, and let's continue up to C, B flat, C. And the reason is because we're going to do a C scale. We're going to go from C to C major, and I want you to see some commonality between the 2 scales. That's the important thing. Okay, so again, it's bottom string 4, 6, 3, 4, 6, 3, 5, 6, 3, 5. C scale we're going to use, we'll just start right here on C, on the 5th string, and we're going to start with our 2nd finger, so it's going to be 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5. In other words, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now, key of A flat has 4 flats. The notes in the key of A flat are A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, and C. F, G, and A flat. The tones in the C scale are very simple. It's just C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. No sharps, no flats. So A flat has 4 flats, C has no flats, so there's 4 notes different out of 7. That leaves 3 notes the same. Okay, the 3 notes that are the same, that are common between A flat and C, are the C, the F, and the G. You can think of those, and that can kind of help you a little bit as far as going, if you get lost, you can always hit the C, the F, or the G, and you know it's going to work in both scales. Okay, so I recorded the chord progression, and just real briefly on Logic with the piano. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that, and I'm just going to play these 2 scales. Very simple. I'm going to keep it real simple. I'll make the change, though, when it goes to G7, I'm going to change to the key of C, so you can kind of hear when that happens, okay? Check this out. Okay, so you kind of get the idea there. Let me stop this. You kind of get the idea that I was just going back and forth between A flat, and then when it went to the G chord, I went to C, just back and forth between the key of A flat and the key of C. Now, there's another way we can look at this, we can think of it, and that is, instead of thinking of the key of A flat, we can look at the parallel scale in the key of A flat to C, which means basically what is the mode in A flat major that starts on the C. So if we do the A flat scale notes, okay, remember we got 4 flats. We have A flat, we had B flat, we had D flat, and E flat. If we start on C and play that C, D flat, E flat, F, G, there are two of our common notes right there. A flat, B flat, C. Okay, play that with me. 5th string, we're on the first finger is on the 3rd fret, and we're going to play a C. This is a C C Phrygian scale, C Phrygian. So 3, 4, 6. And then 3, 5, 6, and 3, 5. Okay, now I like this scale because it fits really nice on the hand. But secondly, it's real easy to see the see the differences between A flat major and C major when you're playing a C-based scale. Now, instead of playing the C major scale we played before, which we totally could, I may do that. I may jump down there, but I want to alter the notes back. So we're going to get rid of all these flats, and we're going to create a new scale, a new C scale, and it's going to be 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 4, 5. So it's kind of like one of my 3-per scales. Remember we talked about 3-pers before. You can look those up, 3-pers. I did a whole series on those scales. But basically the whole premise behind those is 3 notes per string. So if we take this, you can really see the changes in the notes. So we're going from 3, so let's go up the C Phrygian scale. C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, and we'll go down the C major scale. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Okay, now I'm going to bring the piano player back, and I'm going to play those 2 scales. Scales back and forth. Now I'm just being weird. So the next progression, the next part of that song, goes from the key of E flat major to the key of G major. And again, we can look at it in a C context, because E flat major's relative C scale would be C minor, and G major's relative C scale would be C mixolydian. No, I'm sorry, C Lydian. So we could just go from the key of C Phrygian to C major, C minor, C minor to C Lydian, which would imply, again, the C leading would apply the kind of the G major. And you can work your way through a lot of songs that way. You can kind of map out songs, you know, having all modes with a common root note, and that can sometimes it really can help you at least see the differences between the scales a little easier, I think, than going from C, A flat major to C major to E flat major. Sometimes you're just tempted to kind of just to kind of jump around from one scale to the other, and the idea is to kind of overlap them and see how they overlay. Okay, and so that's it for now, and we'll talk soon. God bless you.